All right. We rolling?
Yeah.
What's the question? Is a whole phase necessary for a relationship?
Necessary.
A whole phase is absolutely necessary for a relationship. As a matter of fact, right? Like when you get with your man, right? You should, like, women are known as FBI detectives. So say. Right. That's another story for another day. But you need to do your research on that man. You feel what I'm saying? You need to find out when he hit his peak or if he's hit his peak. If he hasn't hit his peak, you need to run the other way. Because if you find and he ain't hit his peak, you gonna be his peak. Which means that when you get with him, his stock gonna raise up. And that means all the rest of the hoes is gonna come running. You feel what I'm saying? So what that means for you is that he gonna get presented with a bunch of options that wasn't presented before. And the thing about getting presented with options that wasn't presented before is he gonna wanna explore. So where does that leave you?
And he gonna love it.
On the outside looking in.
What age should somebody be done with their whole phase?
I'm still waiting for my baby.
When they ready. When you're ready to be settle down and be with someone else. Yeah, I think that's when you're ready to settle down and you're done with all this dating, all this talking to somebody else, texting, dealing with conversations from other women, dealing with their attitudes or none
So
of
when
attitudes.
do men get over their whole phase?
I don't know. I can't say when men get over their whole phase. Some men can jump out of their whole phase and jump right back in it because they thought they was done and they weren't.
I feel like it is necessary for most people because you have to experience different people. Everybody is different. Everybody comes at you at a different angle. So you have to experience, you have to have that experience with different type of people. So if you only used to dealing with two people your whole life, you 24, 25, 26, only dated two people your entire life, I mean, you haven't really experienced yourself. You still haven't stepped outside your comfort zone. You haven't been uncomfortable that much. So I feel you need to kind of date around a little bit. You don't have to sleep with everybody, but you can date around, get to know different people, see how they work, see how they operate.
Whole phase is definitely necessary. Me, myself, I'm one of those late bloomers. And I thought as a man that I could kind of, skip that phase, but it's definitely necessary. I started seeing some things and it's like when you find a new car. You start seeing the new features on it. Got the sunroof, tinted out, brand new leather seats. Test drove it a few times. Cool. And you find this Mustang. Now you driving in a BMW. And then you get to driving in another car. So for a guy that's going through a whole phase, it's like they just keep finding more things and it excites them more and more.
I don't think there's no set age where you're like, okay, let me stop sleeping around with women or sleeping around with men and find somebody that I want to be with. No, there's certain career things in your life that you want to get through and certain things that you thought you liked that you realize, hey, I don't like that.
I don't need to suck 20 dicks to decide that's my favorite dick.
Why you gotta suck 20 dicks?
I'm just saying.
Just suck dick.
I
just like sucking dick?
No, I'm just saying I don't need to. I don't want to.
No, everybody said you had to.
I'm just saying I don't think you have to go through a whole phase.
I just said just date. You could just hang out, go to Starbucks.
If anybody just want to go hang out in Starbucks, he wants some
you
Starbucks and some pussy.
Okay, but then you're going to be 30 years old.
Can I get a Starbucks with a side of pussy?
You're going to be 30 years old and only dated two people, and now you see this attractive man that then came to you when your man ain't been giving you dick lately, and now you didn't melt it because this nigga have good conversation that your nigga not giving you at home.
That's the first of all, no dick, no relationship.
Like any nigga that's before his prime or that's actually in his prime, you need to run the other way. That's not for you. You feel what I'm saying? You need to meet a nigga that done been on these hoes. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's middle school, high school, college, whatever. Depending on how old you are, you feel what I'm saying? He need to be done got on these hoes before you get with him. If he hasn't, you will be dragged through the mud. It's fucked up, but it's the truth.
First of all, why are we having sex less than 2 or 3 times a week? I need clarification.
We need clarification too, because you know what?
Who else are you fucking, my nigga? Because
well, y'all must be cheating because a lot of women do not. They after the relationship, after about 3-4 months, you start getting sex once a month.
No, hell no. You are dating
Most
wrong
women.
people. Something her pussy
Well, not
is
lately.
broken.
No, I mean I'm just saying what I'm usually.
He said not lately.
Usually.
Meaning his ex-bitch has been canceled. She was only giving him pussy once a month.
Not the last one. Not the last one.
Clearly you felt that came from your spirit.
No, the last one.
That's where it came from.
The last
when you said
one.
it. When it came from your spirit.
The last one. Let me tell you something. You seen the movie? You seen Scary Movie? When that nigga was climbing up the wall.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
Do you feel like a whole phase is necessary for a successful relationship that follows?
That is a good question.
What's considered being a hoe? Okay, let's get that straight. Like, you can be a nice gentleman, date 3 or 4 women, have sex with them, and not be a hoe. You just dated them. You weren't cheating on them. You dated one girl. You got done dating her. Y'all didn't work out. You didn't cheat on her. You didn't talk to nobody else. You just dated her for a little bit. Figure out, hey, she didn't work out. You went to the next girl. Hey, we dated. We talked, chill. You know, had
It
sex.
sounds like
something.
a hoe.
How is that being a hoe? You find another. Like, you're telling me you're a hoe. No, I'm talking like you find one girl. You're just talking to her that whole time.
You talking about talking or fucking?
Talking you. Goddamn. If
So-
it's me involved, goddamn, we didn't hit in less. Anyways.
Less than what?
Yeah. Yeah. You talking?
Again, I don't know those problems because 9 times out of 10, I'm the one who's probably begging for it.
That's what men. I think if more men had more Mishas in this world, we'd be less likely to cheat. But
That shit.
that ain't the case.
If I had a fucking
That ain't the
$100 every
case.
time I heard that.
That ain't the case.
Let me break this shit down to layman terms so y'all can understand it, right? The money I'm making when I'm 18, right? When I go to the lot, it's a select few cars that I'm gonna be able to buy. You know what I'm saying? The Ford Focus, the Ford Fusion, different shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? The Honda Civic. Cash cars, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So my view at 18 is gonna be slightly different than when I turn 24 and I'm making a little more money. Now I can afford the Benz, I can afford the Corvettes, I can afford the high price cars, right? It's the same thing with women, right? Before your glow up stage, you had 1 or 2 hoes. They was 5, 6s on a good day. You feel what I'm saying? But you had them. You feel what I'm saying? But at some point, you hit your peak. At some point, your skin cleared up. You start making more money. You start driving a nicer car.
Attention.
Shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So the attention came in, and the quality of women increased, right? So at that point, you don't need to be nowhere near a relationship.
Nah, but like you talk to one person at one time, you figure out it wasn't right. No, cool, whatever. You're not, multiple. Oh, I'm talking this girl and this girl at the same time, hitting this girl and this girl at the same time. Yeah, you might be considered. I mean, I don't see nobody a hoe in my book unless you fucking
Are
your
black
man's
men
best
hoes?
friends. Black men don't cheat. And
I said are hoes.
Hoes? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm light skinned.
I heard that light skinned men were hoes, but
I take care of people. I'm a nice guy. I'm honest. But I ain't shit. But still. Anyways.
A lot of times you get in a relationship, women stop having sex. They bait you in, they'll cook, they'll clean, they'll do all this shit. And then as soon as you cuff them, everything just stops. Everything.
That's a lie.
Everything. They stop doing their hair, stop wearing lingerie. Everything that they took to get you, they stop buying you shit. You only get shit on your birthday and Christmas. That's it.
That's bullshit.
That's it.
Where the fuck have you been dating these trash ass women?
Goddamn.
Because
That's
Misha
women. That's the
Misha gives
truth.
good gifts.
That's Hey,
You know my record.
I'm just speaking truth for a lot of
I'm
fellas in the
speaking
world.
my truth. I'm sorry, y'all.
A lot of fellas in the world
Y'all
struggling
ran into
right
some
now.
bum bitches, but I'm sorry.
I am gonna give a little bit of game, right? So this is gonna be fucked up. It's true. When you let's see, I gotta put
Break
this
it
shit.
down. Let them know. Let them know, AC.
Even though you're not ready for the relationship, you still need to find you a good one and tuck her away. You feel what I'm saying? And it's fucked up, but it's the truth. You feel what I'm saying? Because most men do this, actually. Most men know the woman that we're gonna be with down the line. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But when those new options open up, we want to explore those new options. So what that means is that the woman that we got in the tuck, she probably gonna have to deal with some bullshit, and it's fucked up.
Real.
But it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? That's just completely necessary for when I'm done dealing with these new options and I done got used to them. Then I'm gonna go back to you and we can settle down and do this shit the way it's supposed to be done.
Let me give you all this love. I got you.
That's just what it is.
so do you think women have to go through a whole phase to
I
have
think-
a successful relationship?
I think they have to talk to multiple guys to figure out what they like, what they don't like, and understand themselves. Because a lot of women, most time women talk to other guys just because they want the attention. They don't feel attractive, so they talk to a certain guy because he gives her all the attention that she needs. And then realizes, oh, he was just doing that to hit. and then she finds out something else that she might like, that she knows she loves herself or something, you know? So, yeah, I think women need to talk to different guys. Maybe not sleep with them, but at the same time, if you sleep with them, hey, you figure out what you like during sex and what you don't like during sex. So, I mean, hey.
The whole phase, I
For a
feel.
nigga his whole life. It's
No.
a whole phase.
Because a lot of times we get tired of these hoes. A lot of times I'm not going, for me,
You got tired of the hoes at what age you said?
for me, here it is. You know what I'm saying? You mess with these women and you know what I'm saying? They cool, but they're not wifey material. You know what I'm saying? So we date around until we get the one. And when we get the one, then we start messing with all the hoes.
When you're going through these females, especially for the ones that are just throwing it out there, it's just kind of hard to not take that alley-oop. I mean,
Because men are programmed to get on these hoes. And that's the thing, like a lot of women won't acknowledge, refuse to acknowledge, like men, since we were raised up from young, we've been taught to get as many attractive women as we can. So us being in a relationship, that's a challenge. That's a transition. You know what I'm saying? That it's gonna be a bumpy one more times than not, especially if you're in your prime. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be taken into account. That man ain't trying to dog you out for no reason. He just been programmed to get on hoes. And now all of a sudden he's supposed to just be with one and deal with your mood swings and not be able to get the sex when I want it and have to deal with attitude and different things like that. To whereas when he was in his prime or when he was before that relationship, okay, if she ain't in a good mood, cool, I just move on to the next one. She ain't in a good mood, cool, I just move on to the next one, that kind of thing.
It's a rare chance that you find somebody that you've been with from high school that you just stayed with. You ain't messed with nobody else. You just stayed with them the whole time, and you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. You know what you like in a person. And to me, outside of my head, I'm like, shit, what else is there out there? After I didn't have sex with one person, my first one, I'm like, okay, what else can I do?
So we date around, you know what I'm saying? That's how we get so much experience with women, and that's how we get so good in the bed too, because we, you know what I'm saying,
I think
experience
that
in all these areas.
I know. I
So-
think that a man could have somebody that he loves and cares about. However, he's just not done doing him, and it also depends on your age too. And if he peaked late in life, like if he wasn't the nigga in high school and then he became that nigga like in college, he still got about 5 years of high school wholeness to get out of him that he didn't get back then because wasn't nobody trying to check for his dick.
The whole phase is completely necessary because that man ain't gonna know how to treat you.
until he done been with these hoes.
Bingo. That's
Until he done
just
been
real.
with these hoes. He gonna see through all these hoes. He gonna find out what he do like about women and what he don't like about women. And then it's all gonna go back to you. It's all gonna go back to that one female that he already had in the tuck. He knew that was the one.
I feel like a whole phase is necessary with men for sure because he won't truly know what he wants out of any female. If he's just been with one, he's going to be a square. So, I mean, once he goes to that whole phase, hopefully he doesn't catch anything in the process, then yeah, it is very much necessary. For females, on the other hand, I don't really know, like, female hoeing is a whole different level of hoeing.
So, you got your hoe phase, but some of them just be hoes.
In a phase.
You know what I'm saying?
Hoes in a phase.
No, but that phase be,
Stretched out over a lifetime.
you know, yeah. So what you do about that?
Oh, if she a hoe, she got qualities of being a hoe. She got hoe-y characteristics, you know? You know, every woman has a mini hoe phase. Okay? But then there are bitches who are just hoes, you know? It's really just prostitute. You know, she get flued out on a regular, and she been getting flued out, and she hit past 30, and ain't no one attempted yet to wipe it.
The sex. This is another thing that we're not talking about, right? We got to get our stripes up because they have a thing out there called a BDR. I'm not sure if y'all know what that is, but I'll break it down, right? A BDR is called, you know, it's an acronym. Bad dick report. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't have enough practice, or we don't have enough women that we've engaged in sexual intercourse with, the chances of our BDR, you know, being up there is probably going to be very likely. You know what I'm saying? So what it is that man got to get all the practice he can in, right? Go through his whole phase, run through them 120 or 130 women.
Breaking down new tricks.
I mean, the number varies according to the man, but that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor
The thing is that he has to get at least at least 30 to 40 women up on this belt before he can, you know, be confident in the stroke and all of that good shit. He got to learn. All that shit come with practice. You feel what I'm saying? That's practice you can't get with just 1 or 2 women.
Men can go fuck like 80 females in 1 month, and y'all won't feel nothing. A female that's fucking 80 niggas in 1 month is not there in the head at all.
Maybe she just likes sex. Maybe she has a high sex drive.
What you gonna feel by the 10th nigga?
Not everybody's shaped the same way. Not everybody the same length. So I mean.
Exactly. That's why I said, what you
Cut that out. My bad.
I am crying.
What if she or he is dating? They're in the professional world, you know, everybody making, you know, good amount of money. And, you know, it just so happens the people she's dating, they are able to fly her out. And she's dated, let's say, 4 guys in 1 year.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you like this, because I have been flued out, but I like to fly myself out. Because if I'm coming to you, I don't want you to ever think that this is pay for play. Okay, I'm not fucking and sucking for you to fly me out, my nigga. I'm gonna boss the fuck up on you. I'm gonna fly my motherfucking self out on first
And suck and
class.
fuck. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm coming to get the dick because you're the hoe. And then I'm gonna get up and get my shit. And I'm gonna leave because I don't really want to be there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for the dick, nigga.
You got that man calling you, crying.
You know? Oh, when you coming back? You gonna fly out here this week? No.
With those same 2 women, you just gonna be pretty much slanging the same thing. They not showing you nothing different. That's a lot of women that out here, you know what I'm saying, that done put niggas on game. And so when the niggas go back to their girl, you know what I'm saying, now they throwing down some new shit. Now they girls mind blown.
So a woman is considered a hoe or going through a hoe phase.
I mean, men consider women hoes for anything. We go out on dates. We go on 3 dates in 1 week. Then we a hoe.
No, you a finesser.
We
Yeah,
text
right.
more than 1 nigga in 1 day. We a hoe. We have sex with more than 1 nigga in 1 year. We a hoe.
That's you talking about young men.
Is life fair?
I think if you talk to a man that's a mature adult, a person that's, you know, been through life and done
So
things.
at what age do men stop caring about women who were hoes or went through their hoe phase or whatnot?
I think it all depends on somebody's definition of being a hoe. Like I told you, my definition is
So if a female fuck you and all your partners,
that's a hoe.
you gonna fuck with her?
She's running through the whole team.
You gonna fuck with
I'm
her?
a fucker. But we ain't gonna be talking, dating, ain't none of that. Because I know she didn't.
You
She
sound
just trying to
real
run through the whole
judgy,
team.
edgy. She could be a good girl.
Good girl that likes to get dicked down by a whole squad. No.
I don't want no nigga to pay for me, because, you know, the first thing he gonna say is, I'm not paying. Nah, fuck all that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't also like taking money and shit from niggas either. I won't do that. You know, other women, you know, y'all built different, and it shows who raised you. I was raised by a boss, and, you know, it shows who raised you. I'm not letting no nigga fly me out and do all that shit. Now, if we together in a relationship, that's a whole different story. But, you know, there's a hoe and then there's a hoe phase. Some niggas stay in their hoe phase forever, you know what I'm saying? They will be married and have a whole, like, little spot, little dip-off shit. So, for a nigga hoe phase, it lasts forever.
I don't think it lasts forever.
She's attracted to all my niggas. No, I can't take her around all my niggas and feel comfortable with that.
So she can go be a hoe with somebody else's group of niggas and then go.
I won't know
to-
about it because I won't ask her. I won't be like, hey, who you done fucked? Let me get all the names right here on the table. Now, if we run into a nigga that you know you done been down with, you know, you can be like, oh, hey, I just want to let you know, back in my past, we had certain thing going on. Okay, cool. I understand that. And I'm going to give you the same respect. Be like, hey, back in my past, I didn't, you know, we had a little so-and-so, but it ain't nothing.
So it's just gonna be everybody in the address with you.
Wow. Damn.
A lot of women don't care about being a hoe nowadays. They don't care about being a hoe. You see them, they shaking their ass, they got their ass out, titties out, kids on the next goddamn picture. So, I mean, they don't
That's a big
care.
no-no.
They don't care. They don't care no more. It is what it is.
You know, there's a difference though. Like I said before, men are private with their hoe phase, some, and some women are private. There's some women who claim not to be a hoe but be a #1 porn star. And it's just it is what it is. You know, the hoe phase, it doesn't end. I always ask men, when does your hoe phase end? And it's always something closer to 30. After they done ran through about, I don't know, how many women have you slept with?
3. I am a God-fearing Christian man, and I've been celibate for quite a long time.
2 days, 2 hours?
We're going to talk about that today.
Exactly. Your whole phase continues until you decide you don't want to be a hoe anymore.
When you get that experience, it all helps in the end.
When you finally do settle down with the one that you're supposed to be with, you've got the experience, you've got the swagger, you've got the confidence. Matter of fact, it's going to be less likely that you're going to cheat on her. Because you're used to getting bad bitches. And that's the thing, right? When you get into a relationship before you're used to getting bad bitches, your chances of cheating highly increases. That's just reality. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So it would behoove you to get as much practice with these hoes as you can. And women, let him get as much practice with these hoes as he can. So when he finally decides to settle down, the relationship will be beautiful. And that's all I gotta say.
That's all I got to